Today, in our second and third grade class, we're going to talk about shapes. Prior to this, students should have a pretty good base knowledge on what a shape is, such as a square, a rectangle, a triangle, and the big one we're going to talk about today is a rhombus. And so we're going to start out with first is our square. Students should know that a square has 4 equal sides. So we're going to mark our equal sides with a dash through. That way someone knows that they are all equal in length. The next thing we want to talk about is corners. Second and third grade levels, our students are going to think corners, and they're not going to go right to angles. So a square has 4 corners, and all 4 corners have the same angle, which is a 90-degree right angle. So we're going to put our 90-degree right angle in each of the 4 corners. So that way the students know that a square has 4 equal sides as well as 4 right angles. So up here I'm going to write what a right angle is. (90 degrees). Next we're going to talk about a rectangle. The rectangle is very similar to a square with 4 equal sides, although there are 2 sides that are different lengths. So the smaller side we're going to mark with 1 dash, as well as the other smaller side with 1 dash. And the 2 long sides we're going to mark with 2 dashes. That way they know that each side is very similar to each other, as well as the other 2 angles, or sides, One thing that is the same as a square and a rectangle are the angles. Again, with 4 sides means we're going to have 4 angles, and all 4 of those angles are right angles, as we see from our right angle diagram up top. So that is what we get with the rectangle. So pretty similar to a square, although all 4 sides are not equal, but all angles are equal. The next we want to talk about is a triangle. Students should know that a triangle has 3 sides. In the picture, it looks like our triangle is not, all sides are not equal. So right now, I'm going to do my best to make them look equal. So this is an equilateral triangle. So we're going to put our dash in each 3 sides, because a triangle has 3 sides. With the triangle, with 3 sides, that means there's going to be 3 corners. With 3 corners means 3 angles. These angles, though, look like they are a little smaller than 90 degrees, because if we go straight up, that's 90. Angle that is less than 90 degrees is called an acute angle. As we see, we're going to use this little mark to dash with acute angles. That's an acute angle with a triangle. We can also have an obtuse angle, which is greater than 90 degrees, which we will draw with a rhombus. Now a rhombus also looks like a diamond, which can also create a misconception. But right now we're going to talk about this rhombus. Looks very similar to a square, right? Very similar. But the one thing that is different are the angles. So we're going to mark our sides, because our sides are equal. And we're going to use our 4 dashes there. So when we look at this, we can tell that these 2 angles that are parallel from each other are the same. And these are acute angles. So we're going to mark it with our small acute angle little curve. But if we look on the other angles, they are greater than 90, because 90 would go straight out, and you can see that's greater. Those are obtuse angles. Obtuse angles are greater than 90 degrees, and we're label them like that. So a rhombus is very similar to a square, although the angles are different. And so that is why we call it a rhombus. So today we talked about a square, a triangle, a rectangle, and a rhombus. We also talked about 3 different angles: a right angle, acute angle, a right angle, another acute angle, as well as an obtuse angle. 90 degrees, less than 90, 90, less than 90, and greater than 90. So there you have it, our second and third grade shapes lesson. Thank you.